Charity Gaming Guild presents the Nat Pun Podcast. The Charity Gaming Guild presents the Nat Pun Podcast.
Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Fireside. Today I'm joined as always by my fellow co-host. Say hello Andy.
Hello!
Say hello Ash.
Hello, Ash.
Say hello Bertie.
Hello!
I'm disappointed. Say hello again Ash, a bit more enthusiasm.
Hello, Ash.
He's like, what is enthusiasm? I do not understand.
I ran out of
It's a
enthusiasm.
bit flat. Today I thought we were going to have a look at the All Havens Player Companion for 2026, which should be, at the time of release, available to everybody.
If it's not out by the time this episode comes out, someone's gone horrendously wrong.
Yeah. So this is our, I suppose, replacement for the sort of books we had in previous years, as has been announced, and it covers all of the updates to the world, player classes, backgrounds, new equipment, and various other bits and pieces for playing in the All Havens with the Charity Gaming Guild. It's about 45 pages worth of content, so it's a reasonable amount. Starts off kind of with an update on the world, the event of the World Anvil last November. It's got a new world map in it, which is very exciting. That was the correct response, guys. Well,
Can we do a shout out to Antonio G, who was the artist that drew it for us?
yes. Yeah, it's very pretty. There's lots of new and old locations on there as well, and lots of stuff moved about.
Can I just point some stuff out as we quickly just fly
go
through? Right, there's new regions as well. So we have like Nagcordir and Timberminster stuff. There's new regions in the All Havens, new whole continents with new names. It's very exciting. One continent or two continents have merged together to form a new supercontinent, which is actually smaller than the original one was, but that doesn't matter. They've merged together. It's an exciting time to be alive in the All Havens.
Yeah, I think the Players Companion does a great job of talking about some of those political relationships around some of those regions and stuff as well, and helps setting the scene and kind of generating those stories. Do you want to tell us about? There's a couple of new regions. Do you want to tell us anything about any of those? Because it doesn't mention too much in here about some of them, like Stradica.
No.
No.
So name them. I'll name them, right?
Let's name them.
So there's no Astral Island. That's a region in its own right. You have Dragonmount, still Dragonmount. Gloomcrest, still Gloomcrest. Nagcordir, still Nagcordir. There's a new region called Oak Forest. I'm not going to give you anything more than that. Lord's Gatherings, its region name, it says political abstinence. It's not the name of the region, but it just doesn't identify as a particular region.
That region.
Yeah, catchy name, right?
Yeah.
This new merged region is Ravenhold.
Ooh.
A merging of Oceanhold and Ravenborn. Saralhire is now its own
You
region.
missed one in between.
Yeah, deliberately. No, not deliberately. I totally missed out.
Oh.
There's another new region called Remera.
Romero.
Interestingly, the only named settlement in Remera at the moment is Moonhelm.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun.
Not for long.
Yeah.
We're going to sink the whole line.
Yeah.
But Saralhire is the same region, which is of course the desert. That now is its own place. There's Stradica, which is another new region. Then Thalsari.
Definitely not named after the vampire.
Not Strad, no. There's no H.
Okay. Just
So it's really Stradica, isn't it? I suppose how you pronounce it.
Stradica.
Thalsari is still Thalsari, but much, much smaller. There's now the Aurum Island, which is its own region.
Ooh.
The Dead Marshes is its own region. And Timberminster.
Which is all very exciting, and they're spread out across a whole bunch of continent size. I want to say islands because there's water in between them, but they're not islands, are they? They're continents.
They're continents, yeah.
So that's
England's
very
nice.
exciting and a very pretty map.
And it's also nice that what you mentioned in a previous episode a couple of weeks ago, is where we had the change of the names on the map to just numbers.
Numbers,
Which
yes.
is nice because it's a lot clearer.
So much less crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah, much clearer.
Easier to figure stuff out.
Yeah, and thank you to all of our players in the world and who helped create that map as well. So drawing those lines was an absolute nightmare.
Lines or spirals?
Spirals, lines, all sorts. And this is genuinely how it came out once I cut it all up and put it all together again. And then I did kind of tweak it slightly to make it feel the page a bit better. But it is pretty
Epic.
true to what I wanted.
Genuine, when you were sort of saying about it changing the way that people play in our world, seeing the new map, absolutely. It's going to change it massively, isn't it?
Interestingly as well, can we talk about the map a little bit? Is that all right?
Yeah, it's
Can I
absolutely
hijack your episode?
No.
Okay.
Is it made of paper?
There's going to be a lot more pirates, I reckon.
Everybody's very excited about the map, and Ash's brief to me before the episode was don't spend too long talking about the
And
map.
now all I'm doing is
and
talking
now
about
Ash
the
wants to talk about
Really
it. I'm more than
hiding.
happy to talk about
Just
the
quickly,
map.
right? Just quickly. All the forests, all the mountains, and all the rivers are in exactly the same place they were on the last map. If that's where the island might have moved, but on the island they're in the same place. So that's why you've got some really weird things on the map where forests go right up to coastlines, which doesn't make much sense at all. Or rivers just kind of appear in the middle of nowhere because that's where they were originally. So we've kept them in the same places. And there's also lots and lots of space for new settlements. Some of the islands haven't been named yet, or continents haven't been named yet. There's lots of scope for adventure. There's much more water, so now sea travel is much more important. So when we eventually talk about some other stuff later on in this book, which won't be today's episode, but another future Fireside chat, one of the new classes in this book is specifically written for this environment to get the most out of sea travel and being able to move from continent to continent.
I have some questions.
Uh-oh.
So given, just based off of one thing you said there about there being rivers in the map, obviously the map, thinking about 3-dimensionally, there are going to be higher points and there will be lower points. When you say about the rivers still being there, are we doubling down on the fantasy aspect and saying the river is still there and it's still full of water and it's magically getting filled up? Or are we going with the more, in air quotes, realism of it and saying, yes, the river's still there, but it's empty of water now, it's devoid, and the landscape around it will over time change as a result of that?
Well, the only way that we'll be able to answer that question is when the War Council DMs start running games using this map.
Because that's, to me, that's a really exciting element of, okay, you go past a river and it's just empty. And now...
I think both of those things are going to be true.
Yeah.
Some of those rivers are going to dry up, but some of them will be magically fueled, if you like.
That's cool.
So you have this aspect of it being a fantasy landscape where what couldn't happen in the real world can happen, but also there's some of it is not magical, some of it is just nature, so some of the laws of nature have to apply. But
Were there any volcanoes?
there is one volcano. It is underground. It is in hell.
Okay. I was just, if there was one above ground that got like split in half, I would be interested to see
That would have been cool.
how that worked.
Sorry.
Can we just
I blame
make
the players
that
as well.
real right now?
Yeah, let's
As
go
a
right
volcano.
there.
Yeah, I mean, technically this hasn't come out yet, so you could do a last minute little
Wreck on it.
just where you see this little smiley face on the map.
That's a split in half volcano.
Yeah.
Sorry, John, I'll stop talking about the map now.
I know you're all very excited about it.
I'm very excited.
So the book covers some of those key locations that we just mentioned, a bit more detail around sort of Ravenhold, Astral Island. And then it starts introducing some new player options, some new classes, new subclasses, grounds, and new equipment. And I thought today's episode we'd dive into two of the classes that are in the book. So take a look at the Casterly Guard. Not English,
drama,
it's spell check. So the Casterly Guard, who are from Nagoldir, which is Andy, your region.
Yes.
Hope you're prepared.
And the Arcane Enforcers, who are regionless, I suppose.
No, they're Ravenborn.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah,
Ravenborn,
they're
aren't
from
they?
Ravenborn. They're one of technically Ollie's creations.
Yeah.
Technically.
So we'll dive into Casterly Guard first and take a look at that class.
Casterly Guard.
I think Casterly Guard, out of all of the new classes here, are my favourite.
Yeah.
No pressure.
So, like it.
I was having a good read through, kind of before the episode. They're very powerful classes. Situational, I think, some especially with some of the subclass, but very, very powerful. So, the Casterly Guard, they're from the region Nagoldir. There's a prerequisite, I suppose, before you can take the class of you have to be a dwarf.
Okay. That's cool. Is that something that's happened before? for a class where you had to be a certain race? Because normally it's like
In
you
the
have to be this
Fireside guard in
strong.
one of the previous books was you had to be an elf, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah, I think we said that for but only in our stuff, and that's
Okay.
just for narrative purposes.
Yeah.
The Castle Guard being the dwarven hold guard of Ragdoll Sunbeard
Or just
should be dwarfs.
someone who identifies as a dwarf.
Yeah.
Just
I think that's very racist.
Now picturing him as halfling.
well, yeah. I mean, if you're brought up,
Got some leaves stuck on his face.
them dogs that are brought up amongst cats and they think they're a cat, so
Well,
it can happen.
I guess.
So, Castle Guard traits. So the primary, I suppose, the key thing to point out, primary ability is strength, and they get D12 for the hit dice. So they're
Ooh, beef for guys.
yeah, they're tough. Same for proficiencies in kind of strength and wisdom. Proficient with martial weapons, heavy armor, shields. Starting equipment, some interesting things here. So you get normal sort of pack choices, but you also get a set of dwarven mail.
You don't mean letters, do you?
Dwarven mail. Just a sack of post.
Yeah.
Oh, cards.
With Christmas cards.
It's like Nagol here sending rocks by post is the main thing.
That's why they're so strong, is they've carried it around their whole life.
So, Dwarven Mail, which is one of the new bits of equipment, which is also in this book as well.
Yeah, we did elven weaponry for Thalsari, which I think is also in here again.
It is.
We've also now opened the Vaults of Nagaldir or something, I think we called it. And that's got some dwarven armour in it, whereas the Thalsari stuff was all weapons.
Ah.
So, the Castle Guard, I suppose, from a narrative perspective, does one of you guys want to fill in what they are from a narrative perspective?
Well, they're all tough because I trained them.
But
Not
they're
you
shit at magic.
yourself as Andy.
Yeah,
One of them
all
tried to cast
about
fire,
the
his
strength.
eyebrows off. Do you want to give a bit of a background, Andy, as to what the Castle Guard are and where they fit into the region of Nagoldir?
Do I have to?
Do you remember?
Do you want me to?
Yes.
Okay.
Jump in.
Jump in when you remember something.
Yeah, okay.
The Castle Guard are basically the royal guard of Ragdoll Sunbeard.
Yeah.
So when we had our world initially, the Dragon Guard were everywhere across the world, and they would be the police force and the military for the world. Grand Commander Armin, who is in charge of the Dragon Guard, went a bit delulu and has pulled all the Dragon Guard back to Gloomcrest, which was what happened on Wings of Gold. That means every region now was completely defenceless. They had to train their own guards. So this is what Nagaldir have done. It's made the Castle Guard.
Cool. So, I'm going to pull out some of the key features of the Castle Guard, have a little chat about those. So, I think one of the first things is a level 1 they get stoic as the mountain. So they're resistant to all slashing, bludgeoning, slashing and piercing damage from non-magical sources. Just all the time. They're just tough, which is...
Ooh.
Yeah, straight off the bat.
Ooh, which
very,
is normally
very powerful.
Barbarian would get that from raging, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So they've got like a passive rage.
Kind of, yeah. Just
Situation.
resistant to it all as long as it's non-magical. At low levels, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose at high levels when you're fighting magical stuff, it's less so. But there's a lot of survivability at sort of 1 to 3.
Absolutely.
added
Which
by
is
that.
where heroes are obviously weakest, but also in at most danger. And one of the lowest level creatures in the game is a goblin that you see fairly often. 2 or 3 goblins will easily kill 2 or 3 player characters if you play them right and use them right. Whereas this will help to reduce that from happening.
Cool. You also get Fierce as the Forge at level 1. So if another friendly creature is bloodied and close and within 5 feet of you, you get to make your attack rolls at advantage, which is also really, really nice.
Yeah.
It specifically has to be another creature,
Yes,
not you.
And can you just clarify what the bloodied condition means?
Less than half of their hit points.
So for lower levels, that's going to be the majority of the
Yeah,
time.
as soon as someone takes 1 hit, basically,
Yeah.
for most things. Yeah.
Damn.
That's, strong straight out the gate on them. Level 2, you get Guardian of the Hold. So if you stay still, you can make your Wisdom and Constitution saving throws at advantage, but you can't move. Situational, I suppose. But then again, frontline fighter, lock yourself in a doorway.
I'm trying to think of when a kind of scenario where that would be used and be of a benefit. So is this, I take it as that not just when you're in combat, that's any time. So if you're travelling through a dungeon or something, and then you get asked to make...
But you would have been moving though, if you're walking down a corridor.
So when would that work?
So ongoing effectiveness. So if you are subject to a condition where it allows you to retake the saving throw at the end of your turn, if you stated on your turn, you can then remake that wisdom or con save with advantage because you haven't moved.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
The kind of narrative behind it is they're meant to be tanky. So by digging in, standing still, it makes them harder to shift. They focus more mentally and physically, so it's your wisdom and constitution. Again, so this ability is going to come up much, much less than the first level abilities. You've got to have some kind of balance in there. It can't be amazing.
Yeah, you say that though. I mean, Constitution saving throws are a pretty common one.
Yeah, that's true.
In terms of spells, and they are D12s, they are going to be front lines. Most of the time, they're going to be up against whatever it is that's casting these nasty spells. And you're not, once you're there, you don't dance around too much, do you?
No.
So I think it'll come up more often than...
Possibly, yeah.
Depends on what you're fighting. Beholders, that's what you want. There's lots of beholders.
I think it's useful to try and think of the skills in the situation that they would be used to understand the benefits. Because there's a lot of times when I'm going through and I'm trying to create a character and it will say something, I'm like, well, I don't know when I would use that. So to just get an idea of when it would actually help you helps you understand it much.
Yeah. Helps you keep moving as well as you play, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're not distracted trying to read what your character's doing.
Yeah.
So, at level 3, you get your subclasses, which are called Casterly classes. You also get your Casterly defense, so you can expend one of your hit dice, roll it, and add that to your armor class. So you can basically roll a d12.
Wow.
12.
Until the end of your turn.
Damn! Oh, okay. I was like,
and
whoa.
it's a reaction to being hit.
Okay. So kind of like a shield type situation.
Yeah.
Wow!
And not just a straight +5 though either. So it's,
You could roll a 1.
Yeah.
You could also roll 12.
Yes.
But you also have a finite number of them because you
Yeah.
expend the hit dice.
Yeah. So that actually gets more powerful though as you level up, I would say. At higher levels, that's going to be really useful because you end up with so many hit dice.
You can actually use them
You
for
can
something.
use them for something.
Wow.
And I suppose it also depends on your DM and how often they let you rest and how many encounters and stuff as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And trying to balance that mechanic versus needing them in a short rest.
That's nice.
I thought hit dice is something that you don't actually see used that much. Even short resting doesn't happen that much. Most pies are more inclined to take a long rest than a short rest. But that gives you another way of using that resource.
Extra attack at level 5, fairly typical of sort of martial classes. Level 9, you get the improved stomach as a mountain. So, in addition to your early resistance, you now get that from magical sources as well. And you're also resistant to force damage.
Damn! This is beefy. I like it.
That's why I trained him, I told you.
So, absolute damage sponges, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them tanky, yeah.
I suppose there's... Because with this is like, you're going to be melee, aren't you? You're not spell-based for this kind of
Yes, it's a
thing.
melee.
So and that's one of the things is that I think unless you're doing something that has like a fighter where you've got all these little the maneuvers and stuff that you can do, like if you choose a barbarian or something like that, it does feel very much like there's not much, it's not a very meaty kind of class to do. So with something like this, it's nice that there's a bit more, you feel like you are actually more suited to being the tank in this situation, rather than just be like, I don't do anything else.
For me, this is more interesting than playing just like a tanky fighter build.
Yeah.
Because I think there's more to do. So things like, if you're next to somebody else and they're bloodied, you can, that triggers an ability.
Yeah. It's more a
it's
development
not just
as
about,
you grow.
Yeah, because let's be honest, you can build a really tanky fighter, but they're quite boring to play because you're rubbish to hit. You don't do that much damage because you've invested everything into being, hit points and armor class.
Yeah.
And you take up hits, but it's quite boring.
And like the equivalent for other things, I know I keep going back to Barbarian with this because I know it well enough to have a point of reference. With that, it's the Rage is what would give you those benefits, but you've got a limited amount to use, and then like after it, you've got like Reckless Attack, which you can use to give you that advantage, but again, that's limited, and you have a negative effect after it. With this one, it's a lot of benefits and not any negatives.
Yeah, you don't get as many benefits of this one either, though. So with the Rage, you get your advantage on strength-based checks as well, don't you? And extra damage, where you don't get that with this. So you get a little bit more for the Barbarian, which is kind of how I've justified it. That's why the Barbarian has a limited resource of it, but yours just lasts forever. You might not die, but you're not going to do as much damage as a Barbarian's going to do at the end of the day.
Yeah. And it's only, bludgeoning, slashing and piercing. Lots and lots of creatures and monsters do
Poison,
psychic, radiant, like fire, anything else.
Isn't there?
Or
that low level?
Some of that in addition to bludgeoning or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at level 11 on the basic on the main class, you'll get stand firm. So you can make a con save if you're forced to move. So like if you're being pushed back, if you pass it, then you don't get pushed back, which again is nice for that kind of standing firm, I'm going to hold a corridor type situations, isn't it? And then at level 17...
Before you move on, interestingly, level 11's firm standing will stack with level 2's Guardian of the Hold. So if you haven't moved and you make your firm standing Constitution save, you make it an advantage because of Guardian of the Hold, because of Constitution save.
Nice.
So those two work together. So those two features are written to work alongside each other.
Is this class based on Hodor from Game of Thrones?
No, but I can see the resemblance.
Hold the door! Hold the door!
And then at level 17 you get Last Stand. So as a reaction to being dropped to 0 hit points, you can immediately roll any number of hit dice, increasing your current hit point total by the total you rolled. And you can add your Constitution modifier to that. You also get a grudge against a creature that struck you down and can make all attack rolls. It's an advantage against them.
It's just a really grisly, grumpy old dwarf. That's all that you...
Exactly what it is.
It's just, he's such a dick, but he's so good at what he does.
You haven't even touched the subclasses yet.
I love it. I think I was reading this.
It's my favourite one. No, all of them. It really is.
All of them so far.
Someone's going to play that and have a fucking riot. It's going to be so much fun. And their DM is going to be pulling their hair out.
Yeah. I also don't think it's a particularly complex class. I know we haven't got into subclasses yet, but it doesn't. There's things to remember, but a lot of it is passive. So I don't think it's a massively complex class. There's not too much to manage, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
So then we've got 3 sub. Let me check before I say 3.
There are
3 subclasses. We've got the Stonebeard, we've got the Firebeard, and we've got the Longbeard. So the Stonebeard.
And that's because all dwarves have beards, male and
obviously.
female.
Why not?
And that's I like that.
Shamelessly stolen from Games Workshop. The idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Before they throw a cease and desist at us like they do everyone else in the world, apparently.
So Stonebeards are very much full on defence. Like that's their thing. So at level 3 you get Stewart. I can never say it.
Stewart.
Stalwart. That's how you actually say it.
Take a little Stuart out your pouch and throw him.
Stuart Little the mouse.
So if an enemy attacks you and misses, you can use reaction to basically prevent them from moving. They've got to remain next to you, which I was trying to work out how useful that one would be, because again, how many creatures try and hit you and run away. So,
Over here.
Yeah, but it's a bit like the Sentinel.
Yeah.
Similar sort of to that, isn't it? I think.
You'll see it when creatures get a bonus for moving before they hit you, like the unicorn thing you fought in this month's campaign episode got that. When it moves towards you, not the unicorn, the lions, when it moves towards you and makes an attack, it knock you prone.
Like a pounce thing.
Whereas this will stop that from happening, it will lock creatures like that in place, stop them from then running away, even taking the attack opportunity to then charge at you again.
Yeah.
It's probably where you're going to see it the most, I would have thought.
At level 7, you get Aggressive Defender, which is an odd turn of phrase, I think. I'm going to defend you aggressively. So when you make an attack roll against a large or smaller creature, if your attack misses, you can use your bonus action to try and knock the enemy out of position. So basically knock them 5 feet, and then you can follow up after doing that.
And do you taunt them at the same time?
I feel like you absolutely should. Yeah, some sort of dwarvish curse. At level 10, you get Stone Blooded. So if you succeed in a saving throw that causes you to take half damage, you take no damage. So is that evasion on a rogue? Similar mechanic, but because you're tough. Because you're
At a much later level, though, isn't it? What's evasion? Is it level 4?
Yeah, I think it's
5, maybe?
5
3, 4, 5. So this is level 10, so you're getting much later.
Yeah.
And then lastly, not lastly.
There's
more. There's more.
There's more.
More. So level 13, you get Selfless Defender. So if a friendly creature within 5 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your action to increase the AC of that friendly creature the same way that you can using your casting defense. So instead of just being you taking that D12, you can give that D12 to somebody else.
And that's what level?
13.
So yeah, by that point you've got a good pool of dice to be using for that. Nice.
Level 15 is the Unavoidable Defender feature. So you always make opportunity attacks against creatures that leave your melee range, even if they've got an ability that normally stops you doing that.
That's so nice, because there's nothing more frustrating than was like, oh, they're moving. I was like, I'm going to attack. Well, you can't because...
Well, actually, I've got Unavoidable Defender.
Isn't that what the unicorn
had that
was able to move? Yeah, because that was really annoying, because it was doing a lot of damage, and we're like, right, we can go. No.
So I think that something like that, especially if you take something a feat like Sentinel, because if you hit them with a reaction attack, they can't move with Sentinel. If you combine those two together, that is really powerful. That stops people getting away from you completely, pretty much.
Is it the same as when they use a spell to get away from you, though? So, like, if they Dimension Door or whatever to get away, does it cover that as well, or
no, because
only abilities?
It's an effect or ability that prevents it, so it has to specifically say no opportunity attacks, rather than being like an involuntary movement or where it doesn't say it explicitly and it's just assumed. That's how I'd rule it anyway. DMs around other tables can rule it however they want, but that's how I would call it.
And then lastly, at level 18, is a feature called Rearguard. So you add one to your armor class for each enemy creature you can see, up to 25.
Up to 25 creatures or up to 25 AC?
Up to 25 AC is the way I
Right, so you're not adding up to 25. So if you start with
to
a
a max.
AC,
It says to a max of 25.
You're not going to go up to like 43 or whatever it is.
And is that, it doesn't specify if the enemies are living or dead?
I would assume living.
It doesn't specify?
It doesn't specify.
Well, the DM can rule that out, whether they see fit. But believe me, if they rule it one way, they'll soon change it to another.
But I think that is a super powerful thing. I think it leads into some good story opportunity for that, doesn't it? It encourages whoever, if you're playing this class, to go and make that last stand while others escape or move around.
I would have my... it would be brilliant, because it would only come into play if they ever made it to this level, but I would have my character like perpetually cross-eyed, so they were seeing double. They've got like some really bad eyesight issues, so they're seeing multiples of everything, and it will never come into play.
You take disadvantage on perception for 18 levels just so you can double
So
your...
you get there, it's like, man in 14 by AC, but there's only 7 enemies. But I can see 14.
As a DM, I would rule that you that only works for all the enemies you see wearing pink wigs.
I'm also on mushrooms, and I'm hallucinating every single day.
That's where you get a necromancer following around. Raise the zombies, get them to attack. So that is the
Stonebeards.
Stonebeard.
I think narratively as well, Stonebeards are the last line of defence.
Yeah.
Firebeards are supposed to be the first line of defence they're coming on to.
Yeah.
So I think that I hope that it kind of reflects their battlefield position. If you like.
So Firebeards, as you say, the next subclass, and they just say make up the front line. So they're much more offensive, kind of in their skill set. So at level 3 they get Reckless Attacker. So you can choose to make your attacks at advantage, but everybody's attacks against you are at advantage. There's that barbarian.
Which you mentioned earlier, but you didn't use Reckless Attack.
Yes. Level 7 you get Mountain Fire. So you've learned how to harness the fires of the mountains, and you can unleash them as part of your attacks. So you can add additional fire damage equal to 2d6 plus your guard level.
That's so nice.
So at that point it would be a +7.
Do you specify how you unleash this fire?
You but
Narratively, it's
I
entirely
was
up to
thinking
you.
of something similar.
Bumfire.
Yes.
Yeah.
but fire.
Have I noted Bumfire with you?
I can sense your character
This-
already.
this
It's
whole-
spicy
There's
beans.
this whole rank of Firebeard dwarves standing in a line, drop their cacks.
It's very. Was it Carry On the Kyber?
Where
Where they look
yeah,
together.
they skills.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, isn't it? But the other way around.
Big, yeah.
Looking at and move on. So the next one is Fire Blooded, which happens after you release your Mountain Fire. Which you take damage for any melee attack. The attacker suffers 1d4 plus half of your guard level from fire damage. No reaction needed by the look of it, it just happens.
Is number limit to that, or is that just
No. So at that level it would be 1d4 plus
Need a
5
revision.
how many times you can use it?
whenever you're hit with a melee attack, whenever you take damage.
So every time you take damage, you can be like boom, 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 boom.
Don't look at me like that. That might just need a revision, that one. that might need limiting.
I don't know.
I'd say that feels like Hellish Rebuke. Feels a bit like Hellish Rebuke.
It's not as meaty as Hellish Rebuke. Well, actually, no. I mean, at level
That
10,
way
it's
it's
1d4 plus 5.
Yeah.
That's
Hellish.
actually 1d10.
I think it's just a straight d10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there
There's
any
a
pluses
max
to it?
of 9 that you're going to get
At level 10.
at level 10.
We'll see what happens. We'll see how many Firebeards, Castle Guard
It
pop up in
depends
our
on-
games.
Again, it depends on the situation, doesn't it? Because if you're only fighting one enemy, then it's one attack, you get to use it once. But if there's multiple enemies, then yeah, it could be a bit more.
It's leading into you're exactly right, it's leading into the tankiness of it and the kind of horde control aspect of the character as well.
Yeah.
We're giving them a bit more when they're fighting multiple enemies.
Yeah. Because unless you have some, like where you gave me on my battle axe through patch, unless you have something like that or something, it is just a case, roll the dice. Dice were crap. I did 2 points of damage, and it gives you another option to feel like you're making a bit more effort. Because especially at levels like that, if you've got a caster on the team, they're like rolling 6d10 or whatever. They've got an option for a lot more capacity for damage.
I also think that leads in nicely to the way the class is designed, the subclass designed to be played, because you get, you've got the sort of the reckless attacker ability, so you get multi-attack at like level 5, so by the time you get there you've got more than one attack, you're attacking at advantage, so it encourages you to throw yourself into mobs
Yeah, I guess.
and kind of really get stuck in, because anyone who hits you potentially can take a bit of damage, so it's actually you're doing more damage just by putting yourself in
You
danger.
want to be in the thick
You
of
want
it,
to
don't
be
you?
in the thick of it,
Yeah.
not just like doing one-on-one fighting in the corner kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I think it's a nice feature. So level 13, Fire Warrior. So you add fire damage to the list of resistances that you gain from Stoic as the Mountain. So that.
Sorry, what was that? What did you say?
So you are, by this point, what would it be? Level 13. Yeah, so you'd be resistant to bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, force, and fire.
And fire. Nice.
Would be what it is. And then at level 15, Fire Guardian. So as an action, every creature within 15 feet of you got to succeed in a dexterity saving throw or take 8d6 fire damage on a fail. or half as much on a pass.
Sorry, what kicks that off?
As an action. And you can use it
Nice.
once per long rest by the look of it.
Yep.
So it's basically a mini fireball centered on yourself.
It's a really big fire.
There's a really important sentence in there as well. You are always assumed to have failed the saving throw. So you are taking 8d6 fire damage as well, but because you're resistant to it, you'll half it. It's a miniature fireball on yourself, but only 15 feet rather than it's a 20 feet radius
20 feet
normally
normally,
fireball, but it's
yeah.
still 8d6, which is the same.
Yeah.
It's just another option for crowd control and lots of damage.
That's nice.
Noise? Very noise.
Yeah. I think, again, plenty of scenarios where that'd be really, really useful, especially in proper dungeons, like where he's got limited space and all the rest of it. It's a
Send the
really-
dwarf in and blow up.
Yeah, basically. But it is level.
Yeah.
It is level 15, so like a wizard with fireball spell by that point is going to have ability to do
8, 9, 10 d6.
Yeah. So, lastly, at level 18, Fire Guard.
I typed that as one word, fire guard, which makes it sound like a fire guard.
Yeah.
Protection.
Yeah, protect it. I've got a beautiful little thought in my head. Can I share it?
Yeah.
So it's an idea of a party, and it's like 6 players. 5 of them are all wizards, and then you've got one of them, which is one of these, and they all run in like fireball, fireball, fireball. So they all get to set up a fire.
I love it. So the level 18 feature, so add 1 to your attack and damage rolls for each enemy creature you can see, up to a maximum of plus 10.
Oh my god!
Which I love. I think that's great.
So cool.
Crowd control, firebeard.
Yeah.
That's all about.
I think with a few special...
I think it's more comedy value.
It's really bad.
Just walk in a room, in a tavern having a drink.
Yeah, that's when you want to make sure you didn't have anything dodgy the night before, because if you accidentally set that off.
Yeah. I think the only thing... I mean, there's nothing at level 20 for either of those subclasses at the moment.
Yeah,
Get
Ash.
You get an extra attack at level 20
Do you?
in the main class. Main class table.
Got it. Extra attack. Cool.
So you have to
I was just reading the titles in the feature bits. I forgot to look at the main table.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, so I think
Who wants an
we-
extra attack anyway?
Yeah.
Really? Come on. Just want to blow ourselves up. And the last subclass is the Longbeard.
This is my favourite.
They trip over their beards when they're walking.
All the
So the Longbeards, I suppose the design is there to protect a single person. So to protect a king or one of your 6 wizards, something like that. So at level 3 they get Oathsworn Guardian. So they can basically swear an oath. And when the creature that they've sworn an oath to is reduced to 0 hit points, they make all their attack rolls against the creature that did it with advantage.
Ooh.
Which is just quite handy.
And that can change. So you can pick a different...
Every long rest.
Every long
or
rest.
each day.
Yeah.
You could pick a new oath sworn, which is your personal guard.
I think that makes it really good inter-party relationship stuff as well, doesn't it? Sort of,
Especially if you don't tell them.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you don't have to tell them, do you?
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't have a clue, and you're like, how are you doing so well on them? No reason.
No reason. It's all good.
just pick the squishiest person.
Yeah.
At level 7 you get Protection of the Oathsworn. So as a reaction to your Oathsworn taking any amount of damage, you can make a normal move for as long as you end up closer to the target that attacked your Oathsworn.
Or your oath sworn.
Or your Oathsworn, yeah. So move to defend basically.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Could be really useful though against long range targets.
Yeah.
They're a long way
Howling
away.
along the board. It's an extra move, isn't it, at every turn?
Yeah.
Nice.
So again, really like battlefield mobility skill, which is
Yeah.
great.
And if you were under haste with that ability, you'd have
Fastest dwarf in the west.
just a beard flapping behind.
Which of course is long. Cause
Yeah. Just whipping people as you run past.
it's really fast, otherwise you trips over it.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about Longbeard class, for some reason I'm doing a Bertie now. My mind has gone to, there's a TV advert where you've got these country and western dances. You've got the long beard with a lasso.
Yes. I can't think of the song.
I love it. Level 10, you get an ability Look Out, Sir. So if you're within 5 feet of your Oathsworn, you can use a reaction to swap places if they're the target of an attack.
It's like bait and switch.
Bait and switch kind of thing, yeah.
Go on, so you're looking at it.
I was say, it's Necromancer, isn't it?
Yeah, that's another shameless rip-off from Games Workshop.
You've got to stop saying that out loud. On
Shit,
recordings.
sorry, I mean, I thought of it completely on my own. I don't think you can trademark Look Out, Sir. I don't think
You can change it to
They would
shit.
Yeah.
Wait, watch it. Yeah.
Watch yourself, Guff.
If they are at the point in their lives where they're suing a charity, they need to take a long, hard look at themselves. It's the Brennan Lee Mulligan of this episode.
Oh,
That's what's
no.
going on now.
Yeah. At level 13, we get Oathsworn Vitality. So any time that you do anything that results in your Oathsworn regaining hit points, you get the maximum amount of healing.
So this is like perfect bodyguard. This is like what Vesper would kind of lean into. It's like it's down again. Oh, look out! God damn it! Glug 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 glug. Up you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a perfect bodyguard.
I was trying to have a look to see if there was one of the other features earlier on. It might have been a different subclass. Was about using your hit dice for other people, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's this one.
That is this one.
Is that Selfless Defender? No.
Yeah, it's not. It's the first one, isn't it? Selfless Defender on the stone. Yeah, Selfless Defender on the stone beard. I was going to say, because that would have been a nice, if that was in this class, then you'd be doing D12 or 12 hit points every time.
Mm-hmm.
Different class.
Yeah.
Shame. Level 15, Protector of Life. So if your Oathsworn is bloodied, so below half health, provided you're within 5 feet of them, they can make all saving throws at advantage. In addition, anytime you target an enemy creature within 5 feet of your Oathsworn, you crit on a 19 or 20.
That's nice.
Nice.
Would the levels work? Because I'm just thinking of leaning into the protection thing. Could you multi-class as a paladin in that? Would the levels work to then get? Because it says you have to be within 5 feet.
So this is level 15.
So
this is quite a lot of investment. So what would you be wanting out of the?
Well, just when you're within a certain range of a paladin and you get an addition to your saving throw.
Yes, 10 feet, is it?
Yeah.
And they get +4 to saves.
Something like that.
So if you had both abilities, then I guess they would stack, yeah.
Yeah.
Or whether you can or not, whether there's physically enough levels, I don't know. But yeah.
I'm not sure what level you get those things.
Yeah,
Paladin, is it level?
Get in the comments.
I mean, you'd be able to get up to level 5 in Paladin.
I should think you'd get that, yeah.
But you're going to be level 20 overall by the time you get to that sort of level. And then lastly, level 18, a Beard of Experience.
Brilliant name.
You can add 1 additional Oathsworn. So potentially up to 2 people can benefit from all of the other stuff that we've described.
All I'm seeing here is a sales tool. You know, I'm damn good at protecting people. How much are you going to pay me to protect you?
Yeah, that'd be an interesting way of playing it as well, actually.
Yeah.
Be paid to be your own.
Which of this group wants to live?
There's a 1 gold piece to retainer every day.
Sneaky negotiations every night.
Well,
So what do we think on the Nagel guard?
I think whoever wrote that was genius.
That's the guard.
I wouldn't go that far, Ash, if I'm honest.
Fair enough.
You come up with it.
So this one specifically, the Casterly Guard concept already existed. I posted that on our War Council Discord probably a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
More than that now, probably. And then I thought about what's kind of missing from playing, like character choices, and kind of went down the same route John said earlier. It's called you Don.
I'll take Don.
Don John said earlier about the tank. They're not being anything tanky. Like I've tried to make tanky characters before, And you can do it with a fighter, or you can do a Warforged Paladin that can be quite tanky as well. But there's no real tank, so I thought, well, I'll just make one. So I made a tank.
I think this is the thing. There's lots of stuff that you can get like high AC. You can go for a Tortle fighter and stuff like that, can't you? And kind of boost that, but it doesn't make them.
They're not designed.
They don't
to
have
be...
the abilities like bait and switch or stuff like that.
And you as a dwarf.
You found me as a dwarf.
With my glasses. I'm going to put on my glasses.
Tell the people what they have to Google to find Bertie as a dwarf family.
Warcrow.
Excellent.
There you go.
Cool.
Have a little look.
See, with my glasses.
Could you see yourselves playing a Castle Guard then?
I could actually.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from the fact that the Goldia is my region, but yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with that. I think the fire one for me. I mean, I like the idea.
There's a surprise.
I like the idea of being, this really sort of powerful protector and maybe being a little bit naughty and expecting payment for my services. But I just like the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
I can see me having lots of fun with that.
I think all three of them would be good. I just love the idea of playing the really crotchety, grumpy as all hell, like seen everything, been everywhere, like, and especially the idea of playing that character along with a load of fresh-faced adventurers.
Yeah.
It's like you're the same level, but canonically you've lived a longer time.
Yeah.
And it's just like they were like, going on an adventure, and you're like, yeah. That would be the fun bit for me.
The complete opposite of that, like this 20-year-old something guard who's just like, don't want me, sir, I'll get in the way.
I mean, if only you knew a couple of really grumpy old men that you could draw upon as inspiration for that character.
Yeah, unfortunately, all of the men that I know are youthful and very, very happy. You satisfied, all of you? Does it put you in a better mood?
Who's she talking about?
No idea.
I just assumed we're out of this conversation, and it was just an excuse for you to compliment Andy.
I was in reference to
No, I readily accept that I am a grumpy old man.
John, which is your favourite?
Me, I think I like the Longbeard.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the most fun to play.
I think it's the most balanced.
I think it would give a lot of opportunities for out of combat role play and stuff like that as well.
What's that anime of the old man with the long beard, but he's like really, really...
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's what popped into my head. I don't know if that's a noise he makes, but I've decided it is now.
Yeah, but the Firebeard, you're off in the middle of the wilds, you go hunting, you want a barbecue. Oh, I've got no matches. No problem.
Stand back 20 feet. What is
More likely is that, yes, you're out in the wild, you're in the forest. Where's Andy gone? There he is, found him, yeah.
Quite literally blowing the toilet.
Weirdly though, in a mixed party, I think the Stonebeard is probably one of the more useful ones.
Yeah.
Because it's area of it can control a wide area of mobs. You completely jam up a corridor and just hold everybody back.
Why don't we play a game of us playing all three? Next campaign.
Or when we all die.
Yeah.
We all have to pick a subclass.
You all have to
each.
be Castle Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
beard,
do
one
the
stone,
stone,
one
you do the
firebeard.
fire, you do the beard. There we go, sorted.
So you all have to grow a beard for it.
That's fine. I'll just stop shaving. It's
Awesome.
not an issue.
So moving on to something less beardy, Arcane Forces.
But my God, this class was a lot of fun to write this class.
Yeah, I must be. I was reading through this one again, thinking it would be fun to play. So Arcane Enforcers are from Ravenborn, and effectively their law is that they go out hunting mages and trying to prevent the misuse of magic, essentially.
They sound like guards from the Golditraz.
Maybe Mike Aldertraz is using Arcane Enforcers.
Is that an actual place in your hands?
Yes. The Golditraz was a prison that was set up by a cultist group that thought that the ruling council were a little too wishy-washy with the use of magic, so they decided to set up their own prison and just capture any magic user and imprison them.
Oh.
Interesting.
It was it Nicole Traz Gang? Was that the
Yeah.
name of your
Yeah.
campaign?
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Hmm.
So,
Is there any prerequisites for this one?
no, I don't believe so, other than having...
Oh,
No, you don't.
I can think of two. You have to play D&D and it has to be in the All Havens.
I don't think it has to be in the All
you
Havens.
could drop this into any game of D&D if your DM lets you. Of course, all of this is entirely legal and is on the table at any charity game guild event.
And I would recommend playing the classes before they get any tweaks, because they're way more fun first time round.
John found out when he played the All Havens cleric domain.
I still think my favourite moment of playing that was the creature fails a wisdom saving throw and bursts into song. Doesn't say it ever stops or conditions or that's it you're singing. Assume a wish spell will sort that out.
And that was role played on the table of just
Absolutely.
continuous singing.
Oh, yes. Someone's still singing to this day.
Yes. Perfect.
But over time, I think we've gotten better at writing these things,
Yeah.
and there's less of this sort of thing that crops up.
Yeah. Oh, also as you
Maybe.
play stuff, even Wizards of the Coast adjust stuff, don't they? Of
course they do. Yeah, quite fun. And if we were to ever revise anything like this, anyone who had bought the book or had the book would just be sent the new PDF.
Yeah.
Straight away. So you always have the up-to-date version.
There was a question that I had. Is this a replacement of or in addition to the previous book?
In addition, unless something specifically says it replaces it, which I don't think there is any of that in this book, and it is in addition to, so the 2025 book has got your Dragon Guard class, your Divine Inquisitors are in there, your Thelsari Guard are in there as well, I think, because that's the point we revised everything.
The vessel got reworked
The
as well.
vessel got reworked, didn't there?
So for people who are interested, it would benefit them to get both the 2025 and the 2026, the full range.
a full shebang.
And of course you do get it free at certain Patreon
You
tiers.
certainly do. So
And at one of the tiers, I believe, you get the physical copy.
you do. I think, and I hope I'm right, I think it's Diamond and above. You get the PDF.
I believe.
And
so.
geezers.
You get the PDF of everything, and then I think it's Obsidian,
Yes,
and
I-
you get the physical print as well, which will always come much later than the PDF because we can't revise a physical book. So we get the PDF out, let people play with it, work out what's broken, revise it, and then print it.
Yeah, you just rip the page out and then stick a new one in, right?
Arcane Enforcers.
So Arcane Force's primary ability is intelligence, but they do have a D8 as their hit dice, so not as squishy as wizards. Not
Because
as
they're an
tanky as a
enforcer.
fighter. Saving throws in intelligence and charisma, and kind of skill proficiencies in arcana, religion, history. And then in terms of starting equipment, see if there's anything special there. No, arcane focus, scholars pack, normal sort of stuff.
You do get a robe. A
You
Barnaby
get a
Thrall robe.
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner robe.
A front fastening dressing gown.
Yeah.
I feel, isn't it a Windlord robe though that they get?
Like, you can upgrade and get the back opening one.
Do you have-
Get out of hospital.
Does the robe have a hood with some bunny ears attached to it?
And a tail. Little bunny tail.
Oh, the little tail.
Quick gun savers.
So you fasten it.
Cool. So various spells that they get at different levels. Not gonna read it all out. There's a big table. Have a look at that yourself in the real book. One thing, just gonna say, the draft I have in front of me doesn't have a spell list.
Does it use the wizard spell?
I imagine it uses the biomancer I'm given the. Okay. Level 1 spell casting, just one for Ash, just because this is pre-official release of the book. So we got the copy.
It should be wizard. Not biomancer.
You're a wizard.
I'm completely thrown myself now.
You were just looking
Yeah,
at
I was
the
looking
table.
up here, wasn't I? Yeah. So different spells from the wizard spell list.
It will be the wizard spell
It will
list,
be the
yes.
wizard spell list, which gives a nice wide variety.
That's the reason why.
Yep. At level 2, you get Arcane Countenance, so you can cast a counterspell spell without needing any of the spell slots or material components. even if you wouldn't normally be able to cast it. And you can use that equal to a number of times up to your proficiency bonus. So at that level it'd be...
Yep.
Which... I'm trying to think what level you'd normally get counterspell. It feels higher than that.
I think it is. I think counterspell might be level 3.
Yeah.
You'd have to be level 3 to get it. Yeah, which is why it says in there, even if you would not normally be able to cast it.
It's really good.
Because counterspell is you can cast it at different levels, can't you? So what is the normal start level?
So the new one is slightly different.
Oh.
It's the creature must take a Constitution saving throw. If they fail it, the spell fails.
Okay. That's pretty OP to have at such a... And if that's based on your proficiency bonus. Dang.
I think it's really powerful at that low level, isn't it? Because a lot of the stuff you're fighting doesn't have multiple attacks or legendary actions or anything like that. So, yeah, super powerful. Level 3, you get Enforcer Imperative. So you can choose your Enforcer Imperative, which is effectively the subclass, which we'll go into in a moment. Level 4 ability score improvement. Level 10 Arcane Absorption. So when you use your counterspell, you effectively absorb some of that magical energy, and you can immediately replenish spent spell slots based on the level.
The level of the spell that was being cast.
So, for example, if you count on a level 4 spell, you can replenish 1 level 4 slot, 2 level 2s, 4 level 1s.
Mm-hmm.
So if
someone casts a 9th level spell, you can get the equivalent of,
and all that happens is they have to fail a Constitution save, which you have other things that you can implement to give them disadvantage and negatives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So quite powerful. I don't know. I think it's some of the big. I mean, level 10, you're going to be fighting some big monsters, and their con's quite reasonably high actually. Sometimes, isn't it? On some of those big monsters. So.
Well, it depends, because if you're fighting another evil wizard, they're not necessarily going to have a high con.
No, not necessarily. But a dragon would.
A dragon?
So,
what's interesting as well is it's a reaction.
Yeah.
So if you're tapped out, you could then just use your reaction to get this, allowing you to then cast again on your turn, which will then allow you to use a reaction again to then...
Damn. And at level 10, you've got how many proficiency for points? 4. 4. So...
Yeah.
Is that replenished after a long rest?
So the Arcane Absorption doesn't get replenished, but the Arcane Counterspell does on a long rest.
So for as many times as you can use that counterspell, you can get the...
Yeah. You could also take the counterspell spell and get Arcane Absorption by using your normal leveled spell slots to cast it.
Wow.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because it just says when you use the spell, not when you use the ability.
That's...
At level 17, you get an improved counterance. So you regain your counterspell ability on a short or long rest.
Hey!
Level 17, we're talking high level stuff now. And at level 20, you get Vitality Absorption. So when you use your Arcane Absorption feature, you can twist the energy, causing pain to the caster whose spell you stopped. Roll 1d10 for each spell level that you stopped, and the creature takes that amount of psychic damage, equal to the total rolled.
Counterspell, level 9th spell, 9d10 psychic damage on the caster.
And it's just...
That just happens.
It's just... And it's also such a beautiful narrative thing. It's like, no, and you're humiliated by the fact that your spell just failed. Take psychic damage on top of that.
It's
these nuts.
It's a no and fuck you. You know how it is.
I said no.
I think that's a really cool level 20 thing to get. Because there are a few classes out there where level 20 you read it and you go, well, that's disappointing, isn't it? But yeah, that's going to be really pokey.
And by that, you've got 6 uses of that counter spell.
Yes.
The reason it's in there is because everything is geared towards stopping spells, which means that's how you will build this character, meaning your damage output is going to be lessened anyway.
Yeah.
So this gives you another way to lean into the flavour of the class and deal a bit of damage at the same time.
The reason it's in there is because Ash never runs a game that allows us to be more than double figure level.
That's true. That's
Thank you on a Tuesday night, John.
Are you sure you want to say that right now?
11. He's level 11.
How long did you have to wait to get to level 11?
7 years.
A week. One session. Oh, 2 sessions maybe. Maybe
No,
it's 3.
I
3
genuinely,
sessions.
Yes, it wasn't very long, but that's because we started at level 10.
Yeah, no.
I genuinely think the highest level character I've ever played is at level 7. I don't think I've ever played anything higher than that.
You'll get above level 7 with G. Well, if you don't die.
Don't we get level 12s on the adventure days?
Yeah.
I run those.
You've played in one before.
Oh yeah, I've played one.
It was on my table.
Oh yeah. Oh, in that case, I lied.
It's alright.
I lie like a cheap rug.
We'll chalk out to age.
Yeah, do please.
So
I've got everything.
I'm going to punch it again for a minute.
No.
mechanically,
Yeah.
if you had 2 people of this same class going against each other, that would be absolute filth, wouldn't it? Spell, counter spell, take some damage. Spell, counter spell, take some damage. You just because they're constantly getting their spells back as they're cancelling out the other person's
Yeah.
spell.
Counterspell the counterspells.
Yeah. But so the
How?
the absorption part is only a reaction, isn't it? So you're going to do it once per turn.
Yeah.
So it would be turn on turn rather than all happening at once.
Yes, but still, that
But
would
you can
be.
still keep doing the counterspell.
Absolutely.
And,
There's
and
nothing
you could just
stopping
keep
there.
going forever because you're just
Well,
like,
until you run out of efficient.
no, we continue forever. To the end
the
of
end of
time.
I think it's an interesting class for me. That I would, if I was building a character now, max intelligence as high as you can go, and max con.
Yeah.
And then I would take a load of spells from the wizard spell list that are all around or feel control buffs to your party members, and then try and stand out the way. A bit like I'd try and take silvery barbs because that's just annoying. Stuff like that. That's the sort of spell list you'd want.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So the con save for it, is that a fixed rate or is that based
So
on
that's
your...
based on your intelligence will be the DC. So it's 8 plus proficiency plus your intelligence modifier. So if you've got 5 in that, I mean, at level 20, if you've got plus 5 in it, plus your 6, you're talking, what, my brain's dead. 19?
8 plus 5 plus 6.
19?
Yeah. Yeah.
DC roll?
DC 19.
Thanks. We're going to use simple maths. I'm like, huh? Yeah.
Plus.
And then there's 2 subclasses
There's
that
more?
you take. So yeah, there's 2 different enforcer imperatives which you can choose at level 3. So the first is Hunter, and the second one is Gatherer. So Hunter, at level 3 you get marked for death. So whenever you deal damage to your marked target, you deal an additional 1d8. So it's kind of magical hunter's mark.
You mark them by countering a spell. And the spell, they become marked, and then you do 1d8 extra damage every time, which would include the vitality absorption as well. So that could be like 3d10 plus 1d8.
Is that for a single creature or an?
I think you only have one marked target at a time. If you counter a new caster spell, they become marked. So automatically that mark changes. You can't choose to change it like you can with Hunter's Mark.
At level 6 you get Death's Stalker. The additional damage caused by your marked for death increases to 2d8, and you always know the location of the marked caster at all times, provided they're on the same plane as you. Which could be, again, really, really, depending on what the campaign is you're running, could be really useful. Could be something that doesn't get used all that much.
The problem with it is you have to, thinking about like campaign spanning stuff, you would have to counter their spell first, and then not counter anyone else's ever again.
Hold it. That could be a
doable.
perfectly valid tactic. depending on what you're
Absolutely,
doing.
yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be doing much for the rest of the campaign. But in a combat, that can also be useful, because if you cast it on the creature turns invisible, and they're visible to you because you know their location.
Yeah.
So on.
Level 14, Death becomes them, so up the damage to 3d10.
From 2d8.
From 2
So the dice increase and the number of dice increase.
Yeah. And additionally, if the marked creature dies, you may take their highest unspent spell slot and replenish one of your highest levels spell slots. Expended spell slots.
Does it have to be equal or can it be just the highest?
Highest for highest.
Nice.
I'm now thinking at level 1 you counterspelled the big bad thing, and at some point around level 10 all of a sudden the spell stops going, oh, something's happened, he's dead. Level 18, Slayer of the Arcane. So your now Mark of Death feature does 4d10, and you may take the dash action as a bonus action, providing you end your move closer to the marked target than you were at the start. It's useful.
Mm-hmm.
It all relies on you actually counterspelling something to start with. Otherwise, limited.
That's the payoff.
Second subclass is Gatherer. So at level 3 you get Hoarder. So whenever you make an attack against a magic user or a creature who's wielding magic, you can make the attack at advantage. Additionally, only to you, all magic users and those holding magical items glow with a slight blue aura. I think that's more powerful than it first seems. Mr. Frodo! Because it's any creature or user of magic, which is an awful lot in D&D. And I'm assuming the blue aura, it would take effect even if they're invisible.
Yeah.
So it's like permanent fairy fire on them for you.
Well, like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons.
Yes.
Everyone thinks he's the alien in the forest.
That's it. Which is very cool. Level 6, Protector of the Attuned. For every item you've got attuned to you, increase your AC by 1.
Ooh. What's the maximum amount of things you can have attuned to you?
Changes as you level up, doesn't it?
Can't remember. 3, 4, something.
In the comments.
Get in the comments. Tell us. Help us.
I think it's 3 to start with. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it goes up a bit later, but even so, +3 to your
I mean, if
level 6.
the 3 items that are attuned to you are all to bump your AC somehow.
Yeah. A robe of protection, a ring of protection, and something else. +6
Protection.
+6 to my AC.
Ooh, we've got those rare
Focus
socks
above
of
it.
protection.
There's 2 achievement slots, 1 for each foot.
Yeah.
Pariah at level 14. So whenever a magic item you're not attuned to is within 5 feet of you, its properties don't work. Instead, it becomes a mundane version of itself.
My God!
That is brilliant, but also going to be really annoying.
Well, yeah, because it's not just enemy creatures.
It's your own team.
Every magic item within 5 feet of you does not work, unless you're attuned to it.
Good luck casting teleportation circle.
Yeah, but if you're in battle and you've got...
Your barbarian runs up with a +1.
Yeah.
Donk. Gone.
And it's like, overcomes magical resistance. Not anymore. That is the shittest and best. Pariah is the perfect name. Because everyone will just hate you. Wow.
I'm trying to figure out how you would play the subclass. Like how you'd actually play it. You can't be too close to your friends. By the time you get to 40th level, you deactivate half the stuff they're carrying. You get buffs to your AC if you're attuned to lots of stuff. So are you front line? Not really.
It's just in a weird place, doesn't it? It's all narratively written, so this gather is about finding magical artifacts.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Okay, I have a question.
But how do you get hold of them once you've found them?
You've got the thing where you've got the Mr. Burns seeing things that are magical, but then if you're standing next to it and you've just negated the magic of the item, you're not going to... So it's like, we've got to find this item, cool, and you're searching through a box, you open it up and there's nothing magical inside.
Walk
Close
away.
to box, turn around, it's glowing, turn back around, there's nothing inside. What?
That's a really good point, but that is hilarious. I love it.
But there's some really good uses. Like you'd find a cursed longsword or something like that. You could just walk up and just go.
Nope.
Take
Then, as soon as it's moved away, it would have the properties
Yeah,
again,
but if you've
wouldn't
got
it?
something, a lot of those curse weapons, you can't put the things down, can you?
Mm-hmm.
So
So
someone
you
playing
could
this
go over
class
to
could literally
someone.
walk up to the barbarian, take the cursed great
Grab the
axe
weapon.
off them, and say, "I'll look after this." Put it in their bag,
Yeah.
Stops working. Yeah.
and when they get somewhere else, they can take it out and try and deal with it. So there's some positive uses for some of that stuff.
I love what Bertie just said. That's hilarious. Brilliant. You almost need a team of them.
Yeah.
One to stand back. No, I think
No, the other one. The other one.
Yeah.
Oh, I left.
Well, just because in my head, these kind of people would go out as groups to do it. So you've got a group of them, and then the whole point of their job is to take care of magic users, and they're just getting close. Nothing here.
I feel like this class would pair perfectly with like the Longbeard from the
Castle
Guard, because they can stand back and go and touch that magical thing over there, and then they've got loads of defence for when it blows up.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect. And then lastly, at level 18, the Hoarder gets critical hits on a 19 or 20 for spell attack rolls against a magic user, which is a nice little extra there. What do we think on that? I think that could again be a fun class to play.
Yeah. This is the first time that there's been class features that I think have a really strong narrative impact with certain things. So, yeah, it could go either way. There's definitely some interesting stuff with that one.
It's all narrative. It's all meant to be narrative.
Yeah.
This all comes from the War Council DMs and the work that they do, and the like. This all stems from Ollie's development of Ravenborn and the way that he's written Ravenborn to be keeping in control of magic and wanting to stop it spreading too much and too far. And so the Windlord sends these guys out to deal with it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like you're sending magic users to deal with magic users. It's a bit hypocritical, but at the same time they're geared up for it. I think it'll be fun. I'd enjoy running a table for them, I think, for Arcane Forces.
Yeah. And I think there's lots of opportunity to flavour them differently, even with the sort of...
Yeah.
If you had two in the party, you could be flavoured and feel very different from each other, even with similar abilities, wouldn't they? Because they're sort of the way you could play them and the spells.
It's just evil fun. You've got someone in the party who's like, I can't detect magic. No, nothing. You don't sense anything. Person is in the room. You missed like an incredible item just because they happen to be leaning against the wall. Oh, missed you.
Interesting. Any other thoughts on those?
You've got
A pinky face
Yeah,
on it.
No, it's not so much a thingy face, but
Is it constipated face?
yeah.
Okay, we get those. I got it.
Well, no, I love the idea of them, but you know that I've never really sort of leant towards using magic users. Partly because, not that I don't think I'd enjoy it, they just seem more complex to play than ordinary melee or whatever. So I've never tried. Maybe I should.
Maybe.
Maybe I should.
Maybe the Arcane Enforcer is the one you should
Maybe I.
pop your magical cherry with.
Maybe I could be the pariah.
Give it a
Maybe
go.
you could. Maybe you could.
I still think if all our characters die in the campaign, we should all play Castle Guards.
Yeah.
He just started a new story.
So you've got all the other ones to do as yet in the future. You've got Lupine Guard, which is, oh my god, so much fun. I'm talking to a couple of people about one of the subclasses for them, and it's like the whole Lupine Guard.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about that.
Yeah.
Is that going to be in a future episode?
Yeah, well, I think we'll next Fireside we'll pick up the next few. There were 3 more to kind of cover. So Lupine Guard, Ocean Watch, and I'm having to flip just very quickly. Vault Guardians.
Which we should learn about because we might come up against them later in the
Yes, we should. I feel like we should do some monster stat blocks for each of these classes for the world as well.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. We need some NPCs. Yeah, I like that idea. We'll do that.
Any further thoughts from anybody?
Yeah, I got another one. It's just I can't get off that arcane thing. When
You're still thinking about opening the chest.
Well, yeah, but just when they get to that level, but they don't know they've got that ability. So it's just I've leveled up and I've got this, but you don't know.
I'm assuming all their own stuff doesn't stop working.
Well, no, because it said unless it's attuned to them. So if they've got it, it's attuned to them, it's working. So they're just like, oh.
Don't know what's wrong with all your stuff.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I think we'll wrap it up there. Hope you all found that interesting and fun, and we'll catch you in the next one. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I'd like to say a big shout out to our Ruby members, Joshua, Alberta, Paul C, Claire, Laura and Niall.
Our Sapphire members, Kylie, Dave R, Gary, and Emerald member, Stuart.
Our Diamond members, and remember, diamonds are forever. It's Zeke, it's Chris L, Martin M, Dave F, John, Bertie, Ash, and me.
And of course to our ruling council members, Chris, BT, Sophia and JP. Thank you to everybody for your continued support. And if you're not a Patreon member, please head over to patreon.com/charitydnd where you can join the Charity Gaming Guild and support us today.